Now, for more on Egypt's growing crisis, I spoke to Ambassador Cynthia Schneider from her hotel room in Cairo, and I asked her about the status of the country after today's military crackdown and if regular Egyptians are becoming more fearful to go on about their daily lives.
They are. There is today particularly a great deal of uncertainty because no one knows exactly what is going to spread uh, where more new demonstrations are going to turn up. We are told that the Brotherhood who are going to continue to protest. I have to say, I think we still don't know the extent of the dead and wounded from the violent crackdown that has been taking place all day. What is particularly regrettable is that one is hearing more and more that this really is the final straw in terms of Islamists having any faith in democracy or peaceful protest when this is what the protests are met with. Now, there's a great deal of debate about were these protests in fact peaceful or not, and you hear both sides, and I'm told by many that yes, the protesters in Rabat Nada had weapons with them, and I have heard of incidents of people being attacked there, but I have to say nothing even approaching the scale of the very violent crackdown by the military government today. And I think it's a sign of the very stark divisions in Egyptian society today that so many in the opposition, not, I might add, Vice President El Baradei, who just stepped down,
Well, what do you
but,
make of that? What do you make of that news? What does that
well,
signal?
that signals the fact that he tried to urge this government not to use violence in breaking up these protests. That's been known that he urged them not to. Obviously, his advice was ignored. And there's no question that the civilian government has, virtually no power in comparison to the military government in Egypt now. And so when his advice was ignored, he, not surprisingly, has resigned. Unfortunately, I'm not sure where that leads us. That leaves this government, without one voice of reason, which was a very important voice to have in this government. The scenario that you have right now in Egypt, sadly, is a familiar one of a military crackdown, a military emergency law, a military curfew. This is what this country experienced under President Mubarak. And, I have to wonder how far back is this country going?
All right, Ambassador Cynthia Schneider, we appreciate your time. Thank you so much for joining us from Egypt.
Thank you.